Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on a crockpot recipe. This is supposed to be a shortcut crockpot hamburger steaks and gravy recipe, or as some people say, Salisbury steak. You're going to use frozen hamburger patties. I've got 6 in here that I'm using. I've salted and peppered them and put some garlic powder on them. And then you're going to take a bowl and you're going to mix 1 can of golden mushroom soup, 1 packet of brown gravy mix, and 1 can of water. And then we're just going to pour this over these patties as evenly as we can. And yes, you can overlap them because usually that's the only way they're going to fit anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we're going to cook these on low for 5 to 7 hours or on high for 2 to 4. And we do have a little bit of something that we have to do later on before we serve these. But I can't do that until we've cooked them. So I'll come back in a few hours and we'll start on the next part of the recipe. Okay, y'all. So this is the end of the day. I'm just about ready to serve everything. And what you need to do now is you need to try to skim off as much fat off of your gravy as you can. You're not going to be able to do all of it, but try to skim off as much fat as you can. If you don't disturb the gravy, you'll see where it kind of rises to the top. And I've been spending the past, I don't know, half hour, so maybe a little longer, trying to get off as much of it as I can. Of course, it's not going to get all of it off. I tried, but it just can't. So, after you do that, you're going to remove your hamburger patties from the gravy. You're going to set them aside for a second. You're going to take out a 1/2 cup of the gravy. And you're going to put it in a bowl. And you're going to put a few ice cubes in it and cool it down. And that's what I'm doing right now. The reason you're going to cool it down is because you need to add a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch. And you can't add it to hot liquid. It's not going to thicken the way it needs to if you do. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is get these ice cubes to melt. See, just I couldn't get all the grease off, which really sucks, but it'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Try not to make a mess because cornstarch is messy. I'm going to whisk it in. And then we're going to add it back to our gravy. Real quick. And this doesn't really have to be too perfect. It just needs to be whisked in as best you can. And this is going to act as a thickener. And thicken that gravy up some. Okay, so it's all combined. Let me move my crockpot insert over here. Hold on, just one. Hopefully you can see this okay. All right, so now I'm going to add our thickened portion of gravy back in. Stir all that up. Okay, and then we're going to add these patties back in. We're going to turn this up on high after we insert it back into our heating element, to our crock pot, to warm all this back up again. And then we're done. Alright, as soon as this heats back up and I get my mashed potatoes and everything done, I will come back to y'all and show you the finished product. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. It turned out great with the thickener, and I heated everything back up, and I paired it with some English peas and mashed potatoes, of course. And that's enough gravy for you to drizzle on your potatoes as well if you want to do that. You can also use some buttered egg noodles, or you don't have to butter them. But that's also something that's really great to go with it. Perfect dinner, and it's ready to go, ready to serve. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a Crockpot meal. This recipe is Crockpot Carnitas, basically pork soft tacos. So what you're going to do is anywhere from 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours to overnight. You're going to have to take your pork butt roast. This is about almost 6.5 pound roast. And you're going to have to put some dry rub on it and put it up to marinate for that long. So that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. You need to take a small bowl and combine salt, pepper, cumin, cayenne pepper, chili powder, oregano, and onion powder. And I've already done that. And now I'm going to take about a tablespoon of vegetable oil and pour over this. We're going to massage that in. That way our spices and everything stick to it. And I've already got my saran wrap ready. So that all I have to do is wrap this up. So I'm going to just sprinkle. Rub in. I got my rubber gloves on that way. I don't make a mess. So much of a mess. Right, let me see if I can pick this up. Flip it over. Sprinkle a little bit more. Rub it all in. Flip this back. Oh, you know what? We may just leave it that way. We'll go ahead and use the rest of our dry rub, which isn't much. And I'll put it on the sides here. Get all that rubbed in. Okay. So we're going to let this sit for the next 8 hours or so. Overnight's best. But that way we can let it really get in there and soak in really, really good. Yeah. And then I will come back to you with... I'm trying to look, make sure we didn't forget anything. I'll come back to you when I start putting this in the actual crock pot. Okay? I'll see you in a little while. Okay, y'all, so we've already had this sitting for several hours now, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking it. You're not going to need anything. I went ahead and sprayed the inside just, to try to help with cleanup. You don't need any liquids. You don't need anything. Because it's got enough fat that it's going to produce some liquid. And we have a few more things that we'll have to do to it later on after this is cooked. So you're either going to cook it on low for 10 to 12 hours or on high for 6 to 7. I'm going to put it on high. So I'll see you back here in 6 or 7 hours. And we'll go from there. Okay, y'all. So took the meat out of the slow cooker. I let it rest for an hour. You're going to want to drain some of the fat off of it. I did that. Let it rest in the measuring cup, and you'll see where the fat floats to the top. You need to take a ladle or something and kind of get all that out. You're not going to be perfect about it. There's still going to be a little bit still in there. That's fine. You need to set your broiler on low. Go ahead and chop all your meat up. I just went ahead and did it either in thin slices or even thinner slices. Perfect for tacos, but this is probably not all going to go on that. It could be even sandwiches. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour the fat, or well, the juices, because I took the fat off. And we'll pour that over the meat. Okay. And then you're going to put a little bit of lime juice. Now you could use limes. I'm just going to use the lime juice that I already have. And then, you know, the bottles. And if you use fresh limes, you can, I'm just going to do it a little bit. Also throw the limes in here too. So I'm just going to kind of mix this up just a little bit. Kind of just mix it all up. Okay, so we're going to broil this on a low broiler for just a few minutes. When you start hearing everything sizzle and crisp up a little bit, that's when you're going to remove it. So it shouldn't take long. And I'll be back here with assembly in a few. Okay, y'all, so the pork carnitas are done. And this is a tortilla with a little bit of sour cream on it. And I'm just going to take some of these, if they don't burn me, and put them on here. And it's just going to be just like your regular beef taco that you have. It's not anything different. And I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to do a little bit of cheddar cheese. And we've already got our sour cream there. And I'm going to use some green onions. And that's it. You can, of course, put other things on here if you would like. But it's usually pretty simple. Not anything different. And a little bit of salsa probably would help too. Real easy and simple. And that's about 6.5 pounds worth of meat. So that's going to go a long way. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.